In a world plagued by sudden dungeon outbreaks, deadly gates rip open across the globe, spitting out hordes of monstrous creatures that could wipe out cities overnight. Humanity fights back with hunters, awakened warriors ranked from F to SSS, who dive into these hellholes for loot artifacts and the chance to level up their powers. But it's no game. One wrong move and you're monster chow. Elite guilds dominate the scene, hoarding the best gear and spots, while solo hunters scrape by on crumbs. Enter our main dude Kang Tae-Hyun. He looks like your average architect sketching blueprints for high-rises, but deep down he's got this hidden S-rank ability that's about to flip the script. Betrayed by his so-called team during a raid, he's left for dead in the Eternal Void, the nastiest SSS-Rank Dungeon out there, a bottomless pit of darkness where even top hunters vanish without a trace. Greeting fellow manhwa enthusiasts, this recap dives into a thrilling tale of ingenuity amid chaos where survival meets luxury. Picture this. Taehyun's eyes snap open, his head pounding like a drum. Dust and debris cloud the air, the ground beneath him, jagged rocks slick with some kind of glowing slime. What the hell? Where am I? He mutters, his voice echoing off endless walls. Memories flood back, sharp and bitter. He joined a mid-tier guild for what was supposed to be an A-rank, clear, easy money to fund his boring civilian life. But the leader, a slimy bastard named Lee Min-jun, had eyed Taehyun's rare builder trait from the start. During the boss fight, Min-jun shoved him into a portal trap, yelling something about no loose ends. Now here he is, stranded in SSS territory, the Eternal Void, a dungeon infamous for its shifting mazes, infinite floors, and monsters that evolve in real time. No escape, no backup. Panic rises in his chest, but Tae-Hyun clenches his fists. Screw this, I'm not dying like some noob. He pushes to his feet, scanning the dim chamber, lit by faint mana crystals, pulsing like veins in the rock. Roars echo from distant tunnels, ferocious beasts on the prowl. Hunters elsewhere in the dungeon battle for their lives, blades clashing against scales, spells exploding in bursts of fire and ice. Desperate shouts ring out, "Hold the line! Don't let the hellhounds flank us!" But Taehyun's no fighter. His power's different. As an architect, he's always seen structures in chaos, potential in ruins. A system notification pings in his mind the familiar blue-screen hunters rely on for stats and skills. Awakening complete. S-rank builder ability unlocked. Manipulate terrain, craft structures, infuse with mana. His eyes widen. Builder? I thought it was just for lame support roles. But in this void, it clicks this dungeon's his canvas. Heart racing, he tests it out. Focusing on a spiked pit trap ahead, he visualizes smoothing it over. The ground shifts like clay under invisible hands, spikes retracting into flat stone. Holy crap, it works! Energy drains from him a bit, but excitement surges. This isn't just survival, it's opportunity. While others bleed for scraps, he could build something insane, a safe zone right in the heart of hell. But first, materials. He scavenges the chamber, prying loose mana crystals from walls, dodging a stray goblin scout that lunges with rusty claws. Taehyun sidesteps, grabs a fallen rock and bashes its skull. Not today, ugly. Panting, he pockets the crystals, their glow warm against his skin. Internal thoughts whirl. If I can reshape traps into foundations, imagine walls that repel monsters, floors that heal. A resort? Yeah, why not? Turn this death trap into paradise. Deeper in the dungeon, chaos reigns. A group of B-rank hunters from the Iron Fist Guild huddles behind a crumbling barrier, fending off a pack of shadow wolves, eyes glowing red in the dark. Their leader, a burly tank named Han Ji-soo, swings a massive shield, barking orders. Mages focus fire, healers keep us up! Explosions light up the scene, blood splattering as a wolf pounces, ripping into an archer's arm. Screams pierce the air, the hunter collapsing in agony. We can't hold much longer. Where's the exit? Desperation hangs, thick survival hanging by a thread. These are the elite, yet the Eternal Void chews them up, no mercy. Power dynamics shift constantly. Stronger hunters poach weaker ones' kills. Guilds betray each other for rare drops. It's a dog-eat-dog world where trust is rarer than SSS artifacts. Taehyun hears the commotion creeping closer, curiosity overriding caution. He peeks from a crevice, watching the fight unfold. They're getting wrecked. But if I help? Nah, too risky. His builder sense tingles though, spotting unstable walls that could collapse and crush the wolves. Focusing, he reinforces a section, turning it into a makeshift barrier. The hunters notice the sudden shift, Jisoo yelling, "What was that? Magic?" A wolf slams into the new wall, bouncing off dazed. The group seizes the moment, unleashing a barrage, finishing the pack. Gasping for breath, they scan for the source eyes, landing on Taehyun as he steps out. "Who the hell are you?" Jisoo demands, shield raised. Taehyun raises his hands casual-like. "Just a guy who got ditched. Saw you in trouble, figured why not lend a hand." Internal monologue. "Play it cool, Taehyun. They could be allies or backstabbers like Min-jun." Tension crackles like static. The hunters eye him suspiciously, a mix of gratitude and wariness. One, a sly rogue named Kim Soo-min smirks. Builder class? Useless in combat, but that trick saved our asses. What's your angle, stranger? Tae-Hyun shrugs, hiding his smirk. No angle, but this dungeon's a beast. Stick together, maybe? Hints of rivalry flicker Soo-min glancing at his loot bag, jealous vibes already brewing. Jisoo nods, reluctant. Fine. But pull your weight or we leave you. As they regroup, Tae-Hyun sketches mental plans scavenging more materials from the fallen wolves' hides and fangs. These could make sturdy reinforcements. The group moves on, sharing tales of the void's horrors floors that loop endlessly traps that mimic loved ones' voices, luring victims to doom. World-building seeps in naturally. Dungeons aren't random. They're tied to a global system awakened after the Great Rift, a cataclysm that cracked reality open a decade ago. Hunters gain powers through cores, monster essences that boost stats, unlock skills. Ranks determine everything. S-class, like Tae-Hyun's builder, are rare, often hidden to avoid exploitation. Society's divided guilds control cities, taxing clears while civilians live in fear of outbreaks. The Eternal Void's special SSS rank means infinite regen, no fixed boss, just endless escalation. Conquer it, world-changing riches. Fail, eternal torment. Tae-Hyun's ability stands out, not combat-focused but creative, bending the dungeon's rules against itself. As they navigate a treacherous hall filled with poison vents, Tae-Hyun demonstrates again, sealing a vent with a quick terrain shift, turning it into a vent-free path. Boom, safe passage. The hunters murmur impressed, but envy stirs. Soo-min whispers to another, guys got hacks, we could use that. Or take it. Tae-Hyun catches the look, unease gnawing. Great, now I'm a target. Evading more threats, a swarm of bat-like fiends dives from the ceiling screeching. Jisoo charges Tae-Hyun, reshaping the floor into spikes, impaling a few. Not bad for a builder, huh? Laughter breaks the tension light, Gen Z vibes slipping in. Yeah, eat that, you flying rats. Level up notification incoming. Scavenging intensifies. Tae-Hyun gathers ethereal ores glowing with raw mana, perfect for his vision. Internal thoughts. A lobby first grand entrance with chandeliers from crystal shards, fountains from purified slime. Luxury in hell, who would have thought? The group reaches a massive chamber, a deadly arena, littered with bones, traps everywhere. Monsters roam distant edges, hunters' battles echoing faintly. This is it, his starting point. While the others rest, Tae-Hyun gets to work. Focusing mana, he manipulates the terrain, flattening the center, reinforcing walls with scavenged materials. Spikes become pillars, poison pools drain into harmless basins. Sweat beads on his brow, energy dipping low, but determination burns. Come on, hold together. The hunters watch, jaws dropping. Jisoo approaches. What are you building, man? A fort? Tae-Hyun grins, wiping his forehead. Better, a resort. Safe spot to chill while the world burns outside. Soo-min snorts. Resort? In here? You're nuts, but kinda genius. Rivalry hints deepen, Jisoo nodding approval. Potential alliance forming. But shadows linger, a distant roar signals more threats. By chapter's end, the chamber transforms, rough, but promising a lobby with sturdy floors, mana-lit ceilings, and basic seating from reshaped boulders. Tae-Hyun steps back, admiring his work. Phase 1 done, let the real game begin. The air in the transformed chamber hums with latent energy, the once deadly space now a bubble of relative calm amid the void's madness. Tae-Hyun leans against a newly formed pillar, his breath steadying as the system pings again. Structure, Level 1, Basic Lobby, Defense, plus 10%. Mana regen, plus 5%. A small win, but it fuels him. This changes everything. No more running. Build, fight, thrive. The hunters settle in wary but grateful, sharing rations. Jisoo breaks the silence. You got betrayed too, huh? Guild politics suck. Tae-Hyun nods, sharing a bit of his backstory, the betrayal stinging fresh. Yeah, Min-Jun thought I was dead weight. Joke's on him. Laughter lightens the mood, Soo-min quipping. Bet he's crying now without your tricks. Savage. But beneath the banter, tension simmers. The eternal void doesn't sleep. Distant growls remind them. A scout from another group peeks in, eyes widening at the setup. Word will spread fast, alliances or rivalries brewing. Tae-Hyun's mind races. Gotta expand fast. Rooms, defenses, maybe even a bar. Turn desperation into dollars, artifacts for entry. Emotional depth hits as he reflects on his old life, mundane days drafting buildings for ungrateful bosses. This power hidden for years now unleashed feels like destiny, finally something mine. The chapter closes on that high note, groundwork laid for chaos ahead. Expanding further, the world outside the dungeon thrives on hunter economy. Cities like Seoul fortified with anti-dungeon barriers, buzz with markets selling cores, potions, gear. Top hunters are celebrities, endorsements rolling in while low ranks beg for scraps. Social tensions boil, classes clashing over resources, the rich guilds lobbying governments for exclusive rights. Inside the void, it's raw survival. No laws, just power. Tae-Hyun's builder ability ties into ancient lore, rumors of dungeon shapers, lost arts from pre-Rift eras. Unlocking it here in SSS Hell? Fate or curse? As night falls in the dungeon, time warps oddly. The group shares watches. Tae-Hyun sketches on a flat stone, blueprints evolving. Walls with auto-traps, doors that scan for hostiles. Jisoo offers input, add healing zones. We've lost too many to poison. Alliance hints strengthen, but Soo-min's glances scream opportunist. Internal conflict for Tae-Hyun. Trust them or go solo. A minor skirmish tests it, a lone dire wolf sniffing the lobby's edge. Tae-Hyun activates a trap wall, spikes shooting out. Wolf down. Teamwork makes the dream work, yo. Gen Z slip, keeping it light. Scavenging runs yield more crystals, ores, even a rare artifact, a mana amplifier. Tae-Hyun infuses into the lobby, boosting regen. Jackpot. Emotions swell, pride, mixing with loneliness. Wish I had real friends here, not just survivors. But Betrayal's scar reminds him caution first. The chapter's core discovery, his power's depth manipulating not just rock, but elements weaving mana threads into structures. I'm not just building, I'm rewriting the dungeon. Hunters' battles rage elsewhere. A rival guild, the Shadow Blades, slaughters a boss, claiming its core. Their leader, a cold assassin type, senses the anomaly. Something's off. Investigate. Foreshadowing rivalries. Back in the lobby, Tae-Hyun finalizes the groundwork, a grand archway forming the entrance inscribed with glowing runes. Welcome to Paradise Void. He smirks, exhausted but alive. Let the hunters come. This is my turf now. Word count pushes on detailing every nuance. The betrayal flashback deepens. Min-jun's smirk as he pushed Tae-Hyun. You're too soft for this world. Rage fuels Tae-Hyun's drive. I'll show them all. Environment vivid, endless black walls, whispering illusions, preying on fears. Tae-Hyun shakes them off, focusing on creation. Power dynamics, hunters respect strength. Tae-Hyun's indirect might intrigues. Jisoo confides, my guild's falling apart, infighting over loot. Tae-Hyun nods, stick with me, safety and luxury. Encounter escalates when a straggler hunter stumbles in, wounded, begging shelter. Monsters everywhere, please. Tae-Hyun hesitates but allows it, scanning for threats. Pay with info. What's the floor layout? Info flows, hidden paths, boss spawns, alliances grow, but tension builds. Soo-min eyeing the newcomer suspiciously. Could be a spy. Paranoia creeps in. By end, the lobby stands firm, a beacon in the abyss. Tae-Hyun's vision, bold survival luxury intertwined. This is just the start. Emotional high hope amid despair. Manhwa-style drama peaks, hinting twists ahead. Deep within the eternal void's twisting maze, walls shift like living shadows, trapping unwary souls in endless loops. Kang Tae-Hyun presses on his builder powers, humming to life as he reshapes a jagged cavern, spikes melting into smooth marble floors, elegant arches rising from the chaos. Swarms of high-level beasts screech nearby, venomous arachnids with legs like scythes lunging from cracks. He dodges a strike, terrain rippling under his command to swallow the creature whole. Not today, freaks, he mutters, sweat trickling down his brow. This dungeon's curse amplifies everything. Monsters respawn faster, traps evolve, deadlier. But Tae-Hyun's no ordinary prey. His S-rank ability turns the void's malice into building blocks. Elsewhere, hunters from rival guilds clash steel on claw blood, painting the stone. The Crimson Blade Guild's team hacks through a goblin horde, their mage unleashing fireballs that scorch the air. Push forward, that core's ours! Bellows their leader, a scarred veteran named Baek Sung-ho. Resources are scarce. Mana crystals, artifacts, beast hides, all fought over tooth and nail. Guilds dominate the hunter world. Top ones like Azure Dragon Horde S-rank clears, leaving scraps for independence. Social tensions run high. Low-rank hunters resent the elite, accusing them of gatekeeping power-ups. In the void, its worst alliances shatter over a single drop, jealousy turning comrades into killers. Unaware of Tae-Hyun's anomaly, they grind on survival, a brutal grind. Tae-Hyun's mind races, internal thoughts digging up old wounds. This place, it's like my old life. Betrayed, abandoned, left to rot. Flashbacks hit hard, his family wiped out in a dungeon outbreak years ago, guilds too busy profiting to save civilians. That trauma fuels him now, pushing him to defy the curse. I'll build a haven, screw the system. The hidden leveling system pings blue screens floating in his vision. Skill unlocked, ethereal blueprint, summon structures from mana essence. He grins, testing it, a protective barrier shimmers into existence, warding off a prowling shadow panther. Luxurious amenities follow, a plush bench from condensed mist, a fountain bubbling with healing water. Dang, this is OP. From architect to god-tier creator. Ancient skills awaken tied to the system's lore, remnants of forgotten eras, where builders shaped worlds not just hunted in them. Levels climb by crafting, not killing each structure, granting EXP boosting stats. Tae-Hyun scavenges more ethereal ores, glowing veins in the walls, prying them free while evading beast swarms. A pack of direwolves charges howls, echoing. He reshapes the floor into a spiked moat, wolves impaling themselves. Pain shoots through his arm, a graze from fangs, but he pushes on. Can't stop now. This paradise will be unbreakable. Determination burns hot past traumas, whispering failure, but he silences them with action. A groan echoes from a side tunnel, drawing him closer. There, slumped against the wall, is Seo A, an S-rank hunter, her armor cracked, blood seeping from a gash. Her eyes flicker open, sharp as daggers, suspicion etched in her features. "Who are you? Guild spy?" she rasps, hand twitching toward her sword. Tae-Hyun freezes, power dynamics shifting fast. S-ranks are apex predators, commanding respect or fear, their abilities honed through countless clears. But she's wounded, vulnerable, a rare sight. Internal monologue. Help her? Risky. She could turn on me like Minjun did. He steps forward, hands raised. No spy, just a builder who got screwed over. You look like hell. Need a hand? Seo A's gaze narrows, assessing him like prey. Builder? Useless in here. Prove it or back off. Tension thickens, air crackling with potential violence. Tae-Hyun nods, focusing on her wound, summoning a mana-infused bandage from Blueprint Essence. It wraps around her arm, glowing, sealing the cut. Her eyes widen, pain easing. What the? That's not normal healing. He demonstrates more, reshaping a nearby trap into a sturdy pillar barrier, forming around them. See? I turn this dump into something better. Suspicion lingers, but awe creeps in. You're an anomaly. Guilds would kill for that power. Drama escalates her words, hinting competition. S-ranks often poach talents or eliminate threats. Word spreads subtly, survivors whispering in the shadows. A lone hunter overhears the exchange, fleeing to report to his group. Some guy's building stuff, like a base in the void. Jealousy brews fast, envy twisting faces. In a nearby chamber, the Iron Fist Guild regroups, their rogue scout relaying the news. Builder turning caverns into halls? We could use that. Or take it. Power struggles intensify, guilds competing not just with monsters but each other for dominance. The system's social layers deepen. High ranks hoard skills, low ones band together or perish. Tae-Hyun senses the shift, unease gnawing. Great, now I'm a target, but this ham's mine. Seo A stands, testing her arm. Not bad, builder. Name's Seo A, OU1. Dialogue sparse but charged, she eyes him warily, alliance tentative. Internal thoughts for Tae-Hyun. Trust her? She's S-rank. Could betray me for glory. They move together, evading more beasts, a swarm of crystal scorpions clattering closer. Tae-Hyun reshapes the path, walls closing like jaws, crushing the front line. Seo A finishes the rest blade, flashing in arcs of light. Teamwork, huh? Not bad for a non-combat class. Light Gen Z vibe slips in, Tae-Hyun smirking. Yeah, we're slaying. Literally. Laughter brief, but it eases the edge, emotions raw in the carnage. World-building layers on the dungeon's curse, a sentient force, twisting reality, punishing intruders with illusions, madness. Hunters combat it with mental fortitude or artifacts, but Tae-Hyun's building counters its stabilizing zones. Past traumas resurface in monologues, his guild betrayal, not just personal but systemic, elites discarding the weak. No more. This paradise defies that crap. He unlocks more skills, barrier fortress. Summon impenetrable walls. Amenity forge, craft luxury from scraps. Blueprints swirl in his mind, halls expanding, fountains, spas, even beds from softened stone. The standoff with Seo A evolves into reluctant partnership. She shares intel on guild movements. Crimson blades close. Greedy bastards poach everything. Conflict escalates, distant clashes, echoing guilds fighting over a mana vein, screams cutting short. Unaware of Tae-Hyun's work, they bleed for progress while he builds in secret. Jealousy setups deepen, a spy from another guild shadows them, eyes gleaming with greed. That power, boss will want it. Tae-Hyun pushes limits, mana, draining but resolve steel. He reshapes more caverns, elegant halls, forming chandeliers from crystal shards, floors polished to gleam. Beasts swarm again, high-level wyverns swooping fire, breath-scorching walls. He summons barriers, deflecting flames. Seo A leaping to counter blades, piercing scales. Watch your back. She yells drama, peeking as a tail swipe nearly crushes him. He rolls, reshaping ground to trap the beast. Got it. Eat, dirt lizard. Victory, hard-won bonds forming amid adrenaline. Internal monologues deepen, revealing traumas. His reincarnation hint from a ruined world, skills carried over, but suppressed until now. This life, I'll make it count. No more loss. Determination fuels the build core structure, nearing completion, a central hub with protective domes, luxurious touches defying the void's grim. Word spreads, more survivors drawn whispers turning to rumors. A safe spot in here, bull but worth checking. Jealousy brews potent, a group of mid-rank hunters plots. If he's building, we raid it. Take the anomaly. Betrayal potential hangs heavy. Tae-Hyun senses it, barriers reinforcing. Seo A warns, hunters are wolves. Watch yourself. Tension mounts as they near the core chamber. Beasts thinning but threats human now. The chapter builds to climax. Tae-Hyun, infusing the final blueprint mana surging structure, gleaming an oasis with flowing water, soft lights halls, echoing peace amid carnage. Bodies of fallen beasts litter the edges, contrast stark. Done. Forbidden Paradise Core Online, System Pings, Resort Level 1, Defense plus 20%, Luxury plus 15%, Pride swells emotions, rich hope flickering in despair. Seo A nods impressed. This changes the game, but guilds will come. Foreshadowing betrayals, jealousy set. Tae-Hyun smirks. Let them, this is my stand. The gleaming oasis stands defiant, a beacon in the void's heart, carnage raging outside but inside a spark of luxury survival redefined. Hunters push on unaware but ripples spread, competition heating up. Guild leaders sense shifts, scouts reporting anomalies. Social tensions amplify the system's hierarchy, challenged by one man's ingenuity. Power dynamics flip builders, rising from support to central. Trauma-fueled drive propels Tae-Hyun forward, haven a symbol of defiance. Evading final swarms, he solidifies the core ethereal blueprints locking in place. No turning back. Emotional depth hits reflections on loss, turning to resolve. Light touch. Bet the monsters are pissed. Their turf just got a makeover. Drama lingers, potential alliances, rivalries brewing. The core structure completes a gleaming oasis, walls humming with mana halls, elegant barriers unbreakable. Amid the dungeon's carnage, it shines forbidden paradise born from chaos. Tae-Hyun's vision realized step 1 in a larger rebellion. World tensions underscore guild's greed versus individual grit, competition fierce. Ancient skills hint deeper, lore hidden systems waiting unlock. Jealousy setups, potent betrayals on horizon. Tae-Hyun stands back, admiring work. This is it, my haven. So, lingers suspicion faded to curiosity. What's next, builder? He grins. Expansion, make it legendary. As the eternal void pulses with escalating fury, boss-level threats spawn from the depths, colossal guardians with hides like adamantine and roars that shake the foundations. Hunters scatter, forming uneasy pacts, whispered deals in the shadows. You watch my back, I grab the loot. Survival demands it, no room for lone wolves in this hell. Guilds once rivals now huddle together, sharing mana potions, eyeing each other with distrust. The dungeon's system ramps up a cruel algorithm, boosting monster stats, spawning elites that adapt to hunters' tactics. Power dynamics shift fast, the strong dictate terms, weaklings beg for scraps, social tensions boiling over in accusations of hoarding. You took the last core, you bastard. Fights break out not just with beasts but among allies, betrayal a breath away. Kang Tae-Hyun's resort, the Forbidden Paradise, stands defiant, a gleaming anomaly drawing eyes like moths to flame. Envy simmers, curiosity burns, hunters whisper, heard there's a safe spot with actual beds? Tae-Hyun expands relentlessly, his builder powers surging as he reshapes more caverns. Opulent spas bubble with steam, mana-infused waters mending wounds faster than any healer. Gourmet eateries materialize, kitchens stocked from scavenged beast meats, spiced with ethereal herbs, aromas wafting through the halls tempting starved fighters, pools glow with restorative energy, ripples soothing battered bodies. Exhausted hunters trickle in, paying with artifacts, a cracked sword here, a glowing orb there, entry fee 1 mid-tier crystal, Tae-Hyun states, firm watching them slump in relief. The resort thrives, a beacon amid despair, but envy festers. Why him? We bleed, he profits. World building deepens the system's layers, a global network tying dungeons to humanity's fate. Awakenings grant powers but ranks divide. S-class elites feast on privileges. F ranks toil in poverty. Guilds enforce class tensions, lobbying for exclusive access to high-rank gates, leaving independence to rot. In the void, it's amplified, no laws, just raw competition artifacts, the currency of power. Disease lurks too, void corruption, a creeping ailment, twisting minds into madness, healers rare and pricey. Tae-Hyun's resort counters at mana pools, purifying the taint, a luxury the poor can't afford, sparking resentment. Rich guilds hog everything now this? Internal conflicts gnaw at him, profiting from peril, feels wrong echoes of his past life, a destroyed world where greed doomed all. Character growth shines as Tae-Hyun mentors Park Ji-hoon, a young hunter barely 18, wide-eyed and reckless. Ji-hoon stumbles in after a skirmish close, torn arm dangling. Please sir, just a rest. Tae-Hyun eyes him, potential flickering. Pay up, kid, but stick around, I could use help. Ji-hoon hands over a small dagger, eyes grateful. As they work, Tae-Hyun shares tools, reshaping a wall into a suite. Focus the mana like this. Builder basics. Ji-hoon tries, fumbles, but improves, pride swelling. Internal monologue for Tae-Hyun. Kid reminds me of myself, lost, scared. In my old world, I failed to save anyone. Not this time. He reveals his reincarnation backstory evenings by the pool, voice low. I came from a shattered realm, dungeons swallowed everything. Died fighting woke here with these powers hidden till now. Ji-hoon's jaw drops, awe mixing with empathy. Whoa, that's lit but heavy. Teach me more, Hyung? Mentorship bonds them, Ji-hoon fetching materials, dodging minor threats, his agility complementing Tae-Hyun's craft. Got the oars. Nearly got chomped by a slime though. Light Gen Z vibe eases the weight, Tae-Hyun chuckling. Sloppy work, rookie. Next time, don't yeet yourself into danger. Emotions run deep. Ji-hoon opens up his own scars, orphaned by a gate outbreak, guildless scraping by. Hunters like me? Cannon fodder. Tae-Hyun nods, resolve hardening. Not here. Build with me, we'll flip the script. Alliances form, loyal patrons. Emerge hunters who pay and stay, defending the borders, sharing tips on spawning patterns. Boss, incoming East Wing. But shadows loom, betrayal, whispers in corners, a patron eyeing the artifact's stash greedily. Plot twists strike hard when rival guild leader Kim Do-jin arrives, a towering figure with A-rank aura, his Eclipse guild trailing like wolves. Do-jin strides in smirk, cold eyes scanning the opulence. Nice setup, builder, but this turf's prime. Hand it over or we take it. Power dynamics crackle, Do-jin commands respect his guild, notorious for raiding weaker spots, crushing competition. Hunters tense, some siding with strength, others loyal to Tae-Hyun. Internal conflict rages in Tae-Hyun, morality clashing with survival. Profiting's one thing, but defending? Am I becoming like them? He stalls, voice steady. This is neutral ground. Pay and stay or leave. Do-jin laughs dark. Neutral? In the void? Cute. He signals attack his team, charging blades drawn, spells charging. Intense action erupts, the resort shaking under assault. Do-jin's mages hurl fireballs, walls cracking, but Tae-Hyun activates traps hidden in the elegance. Floors shift, spikes erupting, impaling a charger. What the hell? A guild member yells, tumbling into a pit. Tae-Hyun commands terrain halls, narrowing, crushing flanks. Ji-hoon darts and dagger flashing, taking down a rogue. Back off our spot. Seo A from before joins the fray, her S-rank blade a blur slicing through. You again? Stand down, Do-jin. Drama escalates. Do-jin presses forward his greatsword, cleaving a barrier. This power's wasted on you, builder. Join us or die. Tae-Hyun's eyes narrow, unleashing a wave. Traps turning the tide, pillars collapsing on attackers, screams echoing. Hunters clash, brutal fists, spells blood splattering gourmet floors. A loyal patron heals Ji-hoon mid-fight. Hold on, kid. Betrayal hints deepen. One patron hesitates, then switches sides, stabbing a defender. Sorry, gold's better. Tae-Hyun spots it, rage, flaring reshapes the traitor's footing into quicksand. Traitor. Internal thoughts whirl. This is the peril I profit from. Lives on the line because of me. Morality questions deepen, guilt twisting, but determination wins. No. This haven saves more than it costs. Action peaks, Do-jin corners, Tae-Hyun sword raised. End of the line. But Tae-Hyun summons a mana pool beneath, erupting in a geyser, blasting Do-jin back. Guild retreats, battered Do-jin snarling. This isn't over. Alliances solidify, loyal patrons, rally, patching wounds, sharing war stories. We held, man. Your traps are beast mode. Ji-hoon grins despite bruises. Told ya, Hyung, we're unstoppable. Emotions swell, pride mixing with weariness. Tae-Hyun reflecting on his backstory, the destroyed world, teaching him isolation kills. Allies matter. But betrayal's always lurking. Shadows loom deeper, whispers of more guilds, incoming envy turning to plots. The resort expands, spas, healing the wounded eateries, feeding the victors' pools, restoring mana. Competition intensifies, outside hunters hear of the stand packs fracturing as greed pulls. Tension builds, dungeon difficulty spiking, boss threats multiplying. A distant rumble signals the peak, a massive monster wave spawning hordes charging the borders. Beasts pour in, elites leading packs, eyes locked on the oasis. Hunters scramble to defenses, incoming, man the walls. Tae-Hyun activates full traps, barriers humming, but the wave crashes. Relentless claws scraping stone, roars deafening. Ji-hoon fights fierce, we got this. But overwhelm threatens, cracks forming in the elegance. Internal conflict piques, Tae-Hyun questioning, is this worth it? Profiting while they die? Yet he pushes, summoning more amenities, turned weapons pools, boiling attackers, spas, steaming traps. Loyal allies hold the line. Seo A calling shots, flank left, builders reinforce. Drama heightens, a boss, emerges a hulking behemoth, smashing a wall, debris flying. Patrons fall, one screaming as tentacles drag him away. Betrayal shadows intensify a shaky ally, eyes the exit but stays guilted by bonds. Can't run now. Tae-Hyun mentors on the fly to Ji-hoon. Channel your fear into power, kid. The young hunter levels up mid-battle skill, awakening a speed boost. Whoa, feels op. Light touch amid chaos eases, but seriousness dominates, lives hanging. World tensions underscore guild's exploitation versus Tae-Hyun's haven, a disruptor challenging the system. Reincarnation lore deepens his old world's fall due to unchecked competition. Now he builds equity artifacts traded fairly, no hoarding. But envy brews Dujin's retreat, a setup for revenge scouts watching from shadows. Alliances form deeper patrons, pledging, "We're with you, builder." Emotions-rich loyalty forged in fire, but doubt lingers, morality weighing heavy. The wave assaults borders relentless. Tae-Hyun, reshaping terrain to funnel beasts into kill zones. "Hold the line!" he shouts, system pings, levels rising. Ji-hoon saves a patron dagger in a beast's eye. "Got your back." Conflict escalates, the behemoth charges Tae-Hyun's trap, straining under its might. Internal monologue. "This is my test. From destroyed world to this, prove I can save them." He unleashes a twist, opulent spa, turns weapon steam exploding, scalding the horde. Wave thins, but toll high, wounded littering pools turned red. Shadows of betrayal loom, a patron confesses, "Dujin offered me artifacts to sabotage." Tae-Hyun forgives stern, loyalty now or out. Alliance strengthens drama, peaking as the last beasts fall. Resort stands battered but expanded, a true beacon. Envy, curiosity draw more, but tension lingers, storm not over. Hunters regroup, packs uneasy but holding. Tae-Hyun questions morality, profiting from peril, but it saves lives. Ji-hoon claps his shoulder. "You're a hero, Hyung." Screw the haters. Light Gen Z cuts the heavy emotions, settling hope amid ruins. The chapter builds alliances, tested conflicts, escalated, wave-peaking borders assaulted, resort enduring. World-building solidifies systems of power, class divides, competition fierce, but Tae-Hyun's vision defies it all. With the forbidden paradise thriving as a neutral ground, word spreads like wildfire through the eternal void's grim corridors, drawing hunters from all corners. Exhausted fighters flock in, paying artifacts for a slice of recovery spas, soothing aches, eateries serving hot meals, pools restoring mana. Tales of dungeon horrors echo in the halls. "Lost my whole team to a mimic swarm," one hunter shares, voice cracking. Kang Tae-Hyun levels up his powers, grinding XP from endless builds, structures evolving to godlike tiers, barriers now impenetrable, amenities, healing on command. The resort pulses with life, a velvet-shadowed haven where death's grip loosens just enough for bonds to form. Hunters mingle vulnerabilities exposed in heartfelt dialogues. A grizzled veteran named Lee Ho-jin slumps by a fountain confessing, "I've seen too many die." Makes you wonder if it's worth it. Tae-Hyun listens, pouring a mana-infused drink. "It is if we make it count." Emotional depth surges, forging unexpected bonds. A healer named Mina opens up about her lost sister, tears glistening. She awakened, but the guilds discarded her. "Weak," they said. Tae-Hyun's heart twists, his own isolation echoing. Internal monologue. "Sounds familiar. In my old world, the strong devoured the weak. Here, I'll change that." He shares fragments of his past, not the full reincarnation yet, but enough to connect. "Lost everything once. This place, it's my second chance." World building weaves in the system's harsh truths, a hierarchy where S ranks like Tae-Hyun ascend fast, but low tiers stagnate, disease like mana rot spreading from overexposure, twisting limbs into useless husks. Guilds exploit this offering, cures only to elites widening, class tensions, independence. Resentful, they hoard artifacts while we rot. Competition rages outside, guilds raiding each other for cores, the void's core secret. Rumored a sentient heart pulsing with infinite power, whoever claims it rules all. Tae-Hyun's resort disrupts this neutral ground, challenging the status quo. Envy, turning to whispers, "He's getting too strong, take him down." Levels climb. Tae-Hyun, unlocking forbidden tiers, blue screens flashing, God tier unlock, ancient dominion. Command dungeon essence at will, power surges through him, halls expanding automatically, defenses hardening, but shadows deepen. A guest, Choi Eun-ji, lingers, her smile, two sharp eyes hiding malice. She chats with patrons, subtle sabotage, slipping in, weakening a barrier, here, tampering a trap there. Shocking twist hits when alarms blare, defenses crumbling, monsters breaching the perimeter. "Intruders! To arms!" Ji-hoon yells, dagger drawn. Tae-Hyun freezes, recognizing Eun-ji as she smirks. "Miss me, Tae-Hyun? From our old world, remember? You left me to die." Reincarnated antagonist, her grudge eternal, she's sabotaged for revenge, allying with a hidden faction. Fierce battles erupt, the resort shaking under assault. Monsters pour in, elites with armored hides, tentacles lashing, claws rending. Hunters fight back, blades clashing, spells exploding, but breaches widen. "Hold the line!" Seo A commands her sword, a whirlwind slicing through. Tae-Hyun unleashes forbidden ancient skills, mana coiling like serpents, structures animating pillars, smashing beasts, walls, sealing gaps. Spectacular display lights, the velvet shadows, ethereal blueprints, manifesting golems from stone charging the horde. What power! A hunter gasps, awe mixing fear. Power dynamics shift Tae-Hyun no longer just builder, but destroyer, commanding respect or terror. Character development intensifies Tae-Hyun, confronting his isolation mid-battle. Internal thoughts rage, always alone in that ruined world, but now these people depend on me. Can't run. He chooses protection directing skills to shield allies a barrier, saving Ji-hoon from a fatal strike. Hyung, Ji-hoon cries gratitude raw. Bonds forge in fire, Mina healing the wounded. We fight for this place. Eun-ji presses her attacks, daggers poisoned from old world relics aiming for Tae-Hyun. You stole my life! Now I take yours. Clash escalates her speed, blurring, but Tae-Hyun reshapes ground, trapping her momentarily. Why Eun-ji? We were allies once. Her laugh bitter, allies? You abandoned me when the end came. Drama heightens monsters, overwhelming odds turning dire, a colossal breaker beast, smashing the outer wall debris, flying screams piercing. Loyal hunters fall, one clutching a wound. Tell my family. Emotions choke. Tae-Hyun guilt surging for the haven he built, now a battlefield. This is my fault. Profiting led to this. But resolve hardens, he fortifies the paradise core structures, reinforcing mana threads weaving unbreakable nets. Ancient skills peak forbidden dominion, summoning a storm of shards raining on the horde, beasts shredding. Push back. He roars allies, rallying Ji-hoon, flanking Eun-ji. Traitor, eat this. Suspense builds with cliffhanger revelations about the dungeon's core secret. Amid chaos, Eun-ji hisses captured, the void's heart isn't just power. It's alive, hungry for souls like yours, reincarnator. Tae-Hyun's eyes widen, pieces clicking as old worlds fall, tied to similar cores, a cycle of destruction. What do you know? He demands, but she smirks, silent monsters pressing harder. Battles rage on Tae-Hyun, turning the tide, fortifying key points, pools weaponized, boiling intruders, spas, steaming traps activating. A wave crashes but holds barely allies, exhausted, bloodied. Internal conflicts deepen, Tae-Hyun questioning his path, godlike power, but at what cost, isolation or community? He chooses the latter, mentoring mid-fight. Ji-hoon, channel your awakening, like I taught. The kid levels up, speed bursting, tackling a beast. Got it, Hyung. We're winning. Light Gen Z slips in, easing the grim. Bet these monsters regret crashing the party. Noob move. Laughter brief, but bonds tighten. Seo A covering Tae-Hyun. Don't die on us, builder. Eun-ji's sabotage unravels. More defenses flickering, but Tae-Hyun repairs on the fly. Skills god tier, now essence bending to his will. Hunters share more tales, vulnerabilities, raw forging deeper connections. Ho-jin fights fierce. For the first time feels like family. Emotional richness peaks tears amid chaos. Mina confessing, afraid to lose this. Tae-Hyun nods, won't happen, but Betrayal's sting lingers. Eun-ji breaking free, one last assault, daggers aimed at his back. He spins dominion skill, crushing her advance. Enough, why drag the past here? Her revelation drops, because the core calls to us reincarnators. It wants us to feed it. Suspense spikes, the void's secret unfolding, a living entity manipulating events, drawing strong souls for sustenance. Fierce exchanges continue, monsters breaching inner halls, gourmet areas trashed, spas overrun. Tae-Hyun unleashes spectacles, ancient runes glowing summoning, guardians from blueprints, ethereal warriors clashing with beasts. Fall back! A hunter yells, but Tae-Hyun fortifies, pushing forward paradise, reclaiming ground. Overwhelming odds turn as skills peak, a massive barrier dome enclosing the resort, repelling the wave. Eun-ji cornered spits, you'll regret this. The core knows your name. Captured but defiant, her presence a cliffhanger hinting deeper plots. Character arc intensifies, Tae-Hyun embracing community, no more alone. This is our fight. He protects directing golems to shield the weak hunters rallying under his lead. For the paradise! Ji-hoon cheers, bonds unbreakable now. Amid chaos, he fortifies core structures, infusing with god-tier mana, turning tide beasts, retreating howls fading. Velvet shadows lift slightly, but suspense lingers, revelations about the core echoing, it's alive, and it's watching. World tensions amplify the system's reincarnation mechanic. Rare souls like Tae-Hyun and Eun-ji cycling through worlds, powers amplified but curses follow grudges eternal. Class divides sharpen elites like Dojin plotting from afar, independents finding hope in the resort. Competition for the core intensifies, guilds sensing its secret allying or betraying for a shot. Disease of void corruption spreads faster in chaos. Tae-Hyun's pools countering but at mana cost. Emotional dialogues cap the turmoil, Hojin clasping Taehyun's shoulder. You saved us, lad. Taehyun smiles weary. We saved each other. Isolation confronted community-chosen development. Profound. Cliffhanger builds Yoonji's words haunting. The core's secret? It births new worlds. By devouring old ones. Taehyun stares into the shadows, resolve stealing against overwhelming odds, paradise fortified but threats looming. Battles wind down, hunters recovering tales turning to toasts. To the builder god, light touch. Dude, your skills are hacked. OPF. Taehyun chuckles but eyes serious core secret weighing. Fortification complete resort, stronger gleaming amid carnage, a testament to bonds forged in betrayal's fire. The chapter pulses with emotion, drama escalating from thriving haven to chaotic betrayal skills, unleashed development, deep suspense cliffhanging on revelations. Paradise endures, tide turned, but shadows velvet and deep hint more to come. In the dungeon's heart, the eternal void throbs like a living beast, its core chamber vast and oppressive walls dripping with shadowy essence that devours light. The ultimate SSS-Rank Guardian awakens a colossal entity towering like a mountain of writhing tendrils and jagged obsidian eyes, glowing with malevolent intelligence. It threatens to collapse everything, seismic tremors cracking the ground, reality folding in on itself. Kang Tae-Hyun stands firm, his resort the forbidden paradise, extending tendrils of engineered safety into this abyss. But now the final test looms. Hunters rally under his banner, once scattered survivors, now a united force, blending raw combat prowess with the resort's traps, spikes, pits, barriers all woven into the terrain. For the haven, Ji-hoon shouts dagger, raised eyes fierce with loyalty. The epic showdown ignites, roars echoing as the Guardian lashes out tendrils smashing stone. World-building pulses through the chaos. The dungeon system, a global curse, birthed from the Great Rift Gates, spawning monsters' ranks dictating fate. SSS, the pinnacle where guardians embody the void's will, sentient beings feeding on. Intruders despair. Power hierarchies crush the weak guilds. Monopolize clears hoarding cores that boost abilities, while independents suffer mana deficiency, a wasting disease eroding stats, turning hunters hollow. Competition defines survival artifacts traded in black markets, social tensions exploding in betrayals. Why share when I can take? But Taehyun's haven alters this, a legendary hub evolving from oasis to fortress, challenging the dynamics, outsiders hearing rumors of a conquerable void guild scrambling to adapt. The battle rages, hunters charging under Taehyun's lead, Seo A's blade a silver streak slicing tendrils, Ji-hoon darting like shadow evading strikes. Blend with the traps, use the terrain. Taehyun commands voice-steady power dynamics, shifting him from builder to general respect earned in blood. The Guardian counters earthquakes ripping floors, but resort traps activate, pits swallowing minions, barriers deflecting blows. A hunter falls crushed under debris, screams cut short emotions, raw grief fueling the rally. Internal monologue hits Taehyun hard. Can't lose them now. This community, it's what I never had in my old world. His reincarnation scars surface that destroyed realm, where isolation doomed him. Now he fights for bonds forged in fire. Twists unravel as pressure mounts the Guardian, adapting morphing tendrils into blades, poison clouds billowing. Hunters falter mana, low disease creeping in, limbs weakening, but they press blending skills. A mage channeling fire through engineered vents, amplifying blasts. Push! We're breaking it! Hojin bellows, shield dented but unyielding. Taehyun's full potential awakens a surge within blue screens, exploding. Awakening complete, dual dominion. Merge builder and destroyer. Abilities fuse buildercraft, turning destructive terrain, shattering under his will structures, rising to crush, merging with destroyer force, dismantling the Guardian's form. Dazzling finale erupts mana storms, swirling Taehyun, reshaping the core chamber walls into weapons pillars, slamming like hammers, tendrils severed in bursts of light. Emotional resolutions tie arcs amid the rubble, redemptions unfolding. Eunji, the traitor, bound but defiant eyes meet Taehyun's, I hated you for leaving me behind, but this place changed things. He nods, forgiveness heavy. We all get second chances. Redeem yours. She joins the fray, daggers turning on the Guardian, a final strike piercing an eye, redemption in action. Farewell's sting as wounded fall, Mina the healer clutching a comrade, go on. Live for us. Tears flow, bonds breaking in sacrifice, Hojin pushing Taehyun aside, taking a fatal hit. Lead them, lad. Make it legendary. Grief chokes the air, Taehyun roaring, channeling pain into power destroyer side, unleashing voids that consume Guardian chunks. The resort evolves, structures adapting core essence, absorbed halls, expanding into infinite layers, a legendary hub portals, linking to outer world, altering dungeon dynamics forever. Guilds outside feel the shift gates stabilizing. No more random outbreaks. Independence rising class tensions, easing as access democratizes. The voids tamed by one man. Competition flips from cutthroat to cooperative artifacts. Shared disease cures infused in pools, humanity reclaiming balance. Reflections on power and humanity cap the chaos. Tae-Hyun standing amid rubble, guardian crumbling, dust settling. Internal thoughts deep. Power corrupts, but community tempers it. From destroyer to protector. That's the real win. He addresses the survivor's voice raw. We didn't just survive. We redefined what it means to be human in this mess. Victory secures his legacy as unchallenged master of the void, the entity dissipating a final wail echoing Tae-Hyun, absorbing its core essence levels max dominion absolute. Hunters cheer, the master of the void. Ji-hoon grinning through tears, Hyung, you're a legend. Straight fire. Light Gen Z cuts the solemnity, easing into hope farewells, lingering but resolution satisfying. Arcs closed yet open-ended hints of new threats, outer worlds calling reincarnators like him to greater closes. Battles. The haven stands eternal, a beacon altering everything. Tae-Hyun gazing into the fading shadows, ready for whatever comes. Drama peaks in the core's pulse, the guardian's form regenerating faster, Hunter's attacks bouncing off. It's adapting. We need more. Seo A yells, blade chipping against obsidian. Power dynamics tense, some hunters wavering eyes on exits, but Tae-Hyun's rally holds, this is our home. Fight for it. Ji-hoon mentors in reverse, like you taught Hyung channel the fear. His speed bursts, saving Mina from a tendril, emotions swelling gratitude, forging tighter bonds. The awakening hits Tae-Hyun mid-dodge mana flooding, senses merging abilities, a builder's precision with destroyer's fury. Now! He unleashes terrain erupting in spikes infused with void energy, piercing the guardian's core, dazzling lights, blinding the beast. Redemption's deep in Unji, breaking free from chains. Let me help. For old times, Tae-Hyun hesitates but nods. Prove it. She dives in, daggers glowing with borrowed mana, striking weak spots, her arc closing from antagonist to ally, tears streaming. I was wrong. Greed blinded me. Farewells hit harder. Hojin collapsing, shield shattered. Tell my kin, I fought well. Tae-Hyun kneels. You did, brother. Rest now. Grief fuels the finale destroyer mode, peaking Tae-Hyun, summoning black holes from built structures, sucking in guardian fragments, rubble piling as the entity howls in defeat. The evolution unfolds, resort absorbing the core halls, gleaming with new power, portals flickering to surface worlds, dynamics shifting, guilds disbanding or reforming under fair codes, disease eradicated in haven pools, class divides blurring. As low ranks access SSS perks. The world's changing, a hunter murmurs awe in voice. Reflections profound, Tae-Hyun alone later, power's a tool, not a crown. Humanity's the real strength. Open-ended close lingers a distant gate rumble, hinting more voids, more battles, his legacy etched but journey unfinished. Epic clashes continue, the guardian's tendrils, whipping, hunters dodging, blending with traps, a pit engineered to infinity, swallowing an arm. Keep moving. Ji-hoon calls light vibe slipping. Don't get yeeted. Laughter, defiant amid drama. Seo A, covering flanks. Focus. Tae-Hyun's merge dazzles builder hands, crafting destroyer orbs, launching explosions that crack the colossal form. Emotional arcs resolve Mina healing Unji mid-fight. Hate doesn't win here. Redemption seals as Unji saves Ji-hoon from a collapse. Even? Ji-hoon nods. Yes, sis. Family now. Rubble mounts guardian weakening, final twist its essence, trying to possess Tae-Hyun visions of his old world, flashing destruction repeating, no. He rejects merging complete dominion, asserting builder healing, the corruption destroyer, purging it. Victory thunders entity imploding, void stabilizing haven, evolving walls humming with legend status portals opening to cheers from outer hunters. Dynamics alter forever, competition turning collaborative reflections, capping, in power we find ourselves, but in others we find purpose. Legacy secure, master of the void, unchallenged yet humble, open to new horizons. Hunters gather in the aftermath, emotional farewells. Mina departing, I'll spread the word. Heal the world. Hojin honored in a built monument, redemptions like Yoonji's inspiring change. Tae-Hyun reflects with Ji-hoon. From betrayal to this. Wild ride. Ji-hoon smirks bet. But you're the goat, Hyung. Serious tone returns. Humanity prevails when we build together. Satisfying close leaves, doors ajar, a faint core whisper, hinting reincarnated threats, legacy enduring. The heart chamber settles dust, clearing Have's light piercing the void. Tae-Hyun's full awakening, a spectacle of merged might builder foundations, rising to entrap, destroyer waves dismantling the guardian. Twists keep unraveling its final form, a fused horror, but Hunter's unity prevails, blending traps with prowess. One last push. Tae-Hyun rallies emotions, peaking in resolutions, arcs, tying neat yet poignant redemptions in Unji's turn, farewells in fallen comrades' echoes. Resort's evolution cements change, a hub linking dungeons worldwide, altering dynamics, guilds negotiating peace disease cures, exported class tensions, dissolving competition for cores now shared. Reflections deep on power's double edge. It builds or breaks. Choose wisely. Humanity's theme caps humanity over might, open-ended, with a new gate flickering his legacy as Voidmaster secure victory, bittersweet but triumphant.